Now joined by one of the GeneralSports.com athletes of the week, it's Cassie Carr from the women's track and field team. Cassie set the program record in the 800, won the 1500 as well at the ODAC Championship to help the Generals complete their second straight ODAC Triple Crown. We'll start there first with the team success. What did you like out of how everyone did this weekend? You walked away with 10 individual champions across 20 events. What worked so well for your team, and how exciting was it to see the culmination of everything end with another Triple Crown this season?
Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible experience to be a part of. I think the team culture is a big part of that. The momentum was set and built last year and the years before, and I think we've just tried to carry that in terms of the energy we bring to practice, to competitions all year leading up to conference. And it was definitely just a day where everyone brought their best and everything felt together to make it happen. For
yourself, the 800, 1500, you grab a couple of wins, set a program record in the 800. What did you like in the way that you ran, and what can you kind of take from this season to this point?
Yeah, I think in the 1500, a lot of that was just having the team on the line with me. We had 7 women in the fast section of the 1500, and I think having teammates around me, especially getting to run up front with Olivia, we practice a ton together. We do a lot of workouts, and so to carry that experience from practice into the race, I think was extremely helpful in terms of staying relaxed, staying focused on what we needed to accomplish. And then the 800 for me is an event I don't run a ton. I ran one last weekend, but otherwise this was just my second one this season. And so with that, I think I was just focusing on carrying the team's success that we'd had throughout the day and just competing the best I could and kind of letting go of expectations and just seeing what could happen.
Now we flip ahead kind of to this weekend and a chance to try and improve any of those marks to hopefully keep the season going. What are you looking to do this weekend?
Yeah, the 800 is just going to be another chance to keep getting sharp. The 1500's been my main focus, and that's going to be the focus in the postseason, but one more opportunity at an 8 to see how fast I can go and hopefully give me some confidence for my last 1500s.
She's Cassie Carr of the women's track and field team, one of our GeneralSports.com athletes of the week. Cassie, thanks for joining us, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Now joined by James Haley, the men's lacrosse team, one of our GeneralSports.com athletes of the week. Found big win on Saturday against number 3 Lynchburg to clinch the number 1 seed in this week's ODAC tournament. James, we'll start with that. Team success first, getting a big win on the road to close out the regular season, and now give yourself potentially home field through the ODAC tournament. How big was that?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, it's always fun, to play at Schallenberger Field. They're a great opponent, obviously ranked 3rd in the country. We had a week to prepare, a little more than a week, honestly, with a little weaker of opponent on senior day. The coaches did a great job of game planning. We just felt really prepared going into it. It's a great atmosphere. It was their Code Red game, their senior day and their alumni weekend. So, I think that fueled the fire a little bit. We were just as pumped to go into that game as we always are. And coming away with a big win, it always feels nice coming off that field. So, pumped for the tournament, looking forward.
For you, on an individual level, another 6-point performance, 4 goals, a couple of assists. That has been pretty much status quo all season, just continually giving multi-point efforts for the Generals up front. What has been the key to your success this season in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I think just, our offense has started to click recently. We dropped a tough one to Randolph-Macon and then Hampton-Sydney, kind of a really big bounce back. We're kind of getting our groove offensively, and when our whole unit is producing, that's when we're at our best. So, we got a bunch of younger guys stepping up. Luke Caldwell, Tucker Davis, Max Fertels. There are a bunch of freshmen that are involved in the mix, and now that it's later in the season, they're definitely feeling a little more prepared, which is awesome to see. And when the ball's spinning, it comes around, goes around, and everyone gets a little bit of their own. So it's just been great to play with the younger guys, and Coach Garrett's putting a great game plan. So just looking forward to going forward, and I'm excited for the ODACs and what goes beyond that.
Yeah, ODAC tournament this week, as we mentioned before, a chance to play at home for every game through the potentially Sunday's conference championship. What's it going to take to try and win a 3rd title in 4 years?
Right, yeah. We had a meeting yesterday, pretty set on what we need to do, so just take it one game at a time, not overlooking any opponent. So really just, winning each day, winning each practice, being as prepared as we can because we've played all these teams at this point, and still having a hunger back against the wall mentality because, we haven't proven anything yet. The Lynchburg game is great, but we're watching that. We're on to the ODAC tournament where, it's obviously going to be a little higher stakes, so we always rise to the occasion. I know it's going to be a fun week.
It's James Haley of the men's lacrosse team, one of our GeneralSports.com athletes of the week. James, thanks for joining us, and best of luck this week.
Thank you.